Thanks for taking the time to join me on the CyberJA YouTube channel. And as always, I'm always enthusiastic about sharing just about any form of experience, anything that can be used, tools, platforms, resources that can be used to enhance your cybersecurity skills within the industry of cybersecurity and Jersey. Now, on screen, as you're looking, I seek to achieve two main objectives. And one is to share with you a process that can be used to determine the exact financial worth of data within an organization. And secondly, to look at the reasons or the purposes as to why this is very important for you as a cybersecurity professional. Now, determining the financial worth of data within an organization is crucial for cybersecurity professional due to a number of reasons. And the very first one is risk assessment and resource allocation. Understanding the financial value of data helps in assessing the potential risk associated with its loss, theft, or compromise. Cybersecurity professionals can prioritize their efforts. In your case, you are able to prioritize your efforts and also aid senior management in terms of allocating the necessary resources based on the value of the data, focusing on protecting the most critical and valuable assets within the organization. Secondly is cost-effective security measures. Now, cost-effective security measures, by quantifying the financial worth of data, then you as a cybersecurity professional can make those informed decisions or aid in helping to make those informed decisions about implementing security controls and measures within the organization to deal with the various risks that have been identified. Second is that this helps to prioritizing investments in security technologies, getting the necessary staff training, incident response capabilities, and other cybersecurity initiatives based on the value of the data they protect. And this also ensures that resources are allocated efficiently, optimizing the cost effectiveness of security measures. Thirdly, we looking at justifying security investments. The ability to articulate the financial worth of data enables you as a cybersecurity professional to effectively communicate the importance of security investments to organizational stakeholders, including the executives, board members, and budget decision makers. And it provides a tangible basis for discussion on budget allocation and helps in making a compelling business case for cybersecurity initiatives. Then we go on to compliance and regulatory requirements. And many industries have various regulatory frameworks that require organizations to protect sensitive data. So by knowing the financial worth of data, definitely helps you in assessing the level of security controls and measures required to meet compliance standards. This also facilitates the identification of gaps and ensures that appropriate security measures are implemented to meet the necessary legal and regulatory obligations. Then we're looking at incident response and recovery. Now, in the event of a data breach or security incident, understanding the financial worth of data helps in prioritizing incident response efforts. Cybersecurity professionals can, in your case, focus on minimizing the impact on the most valuable data assets and prioritize the restoration or recovery of critical systems and information. And lastly, very important, is insurance and risk management. Now, the financial worth of data is an important consideration for you as a cybersecurity professional, as well as the cybersecurity insurance policies within the organization. And this helps in determining coverage limits, premiums, and policies terms. So by quantifying the value of data, you as a cybersecurity professional can ensure that the organization or the business in which you serve has the adequate insurance coverage to mitigate the financial impact of potential security incidents. So overall, having this knowledge in terms of determining the financial worth of the data provides a solid foundation for you as a cybersecurity decision maker within your organization in terms of its resource allocation, risk management, compliance, incident response, and communication with stakeholders. And it also enhances the ability to protect critical data assets and aligns cybersecurity efforts with the organization's strategic objective. So with that said, guys, so these are the fundamental reasons as to why I believe as a cybersecurity professional, you definitely need to have this understanding as to the reason why you need to be able to determine the exact financial worth of the data within your organization. So let's quickly look at a process or a framework that you can actually use to help you in this process. And for sure, I'll be placing a link in the description section that takes you to a series of courses, not courses, but rather a series of free training on the LinkedIn platform, as well as on the YouTube channel that actually takes you further into building your financial literacy as a cybersecurity professional. Now, with that said, let us look at these elements or this particular framework that you can actually adapt to help you in determining the exact financial worth of data within your organization. And the first thing is to identify the data attributes, determine the data impact, establish the evaluation factors, collect the data metrics, assign financial values, and then validate and refine. So let us dive straight into the details of these elements. So for sure, determining the exact financial worth of data can be very complex and depends on various factors specific to your organization. However, I'll be demonstrating using a number of examples in terms of ways that you can actually go about in establishing these calculations within your organization. And very important to bear in mind is that these calculations are just for illustrative purposes, and the specific weights, the metrics, and the values will vary based on your organization's context and requirements. So definitely I recommend consulting with your data valuation experts or your financial professionals for a more comprehensive and accurate assessment. All right, so with that said, guys, let us quickly jump right into the action of things. So as it relates to identifying the data attributes, right? So the very first thing as it relates to data attributes is, let me quickly pull this onto my screen. All right, so as is listed, identify data attributes. Let's consider the following and assign weight to them, right? And these weights are determined based on what is recommended, based on the necessary professionals within your industry, within your organization. Is that you want to determine the quality of the data, to assign the necessary weight to the data, the uniqueness of the data, the relevance of the data, the volume of the data, the timeliness of the data. So these are ways in which weight is assigned to the data within the organization. And for sure, all of these will definitely be used in various calculations. So that's the first thing that you want to identify data attributes in this case. All right, guys. So let me quickly just remove this from our screen. So identify your attributes. Secondly, and for sure, you can always replay this video to get all of these details. So the second thing that you want to do is to determine data impact. And this is where you assess the impact of data on various areas of your organization. For this example, let's consider 3 impact values or errors with assigned weights. So in this case, you have the data they're saying in terms of revenue generation is 40% of the organization. Cost reduction, it contributes to 30%. As it relates to customer satisfaction, the data on the organization contributes to an additional 30%. So that's for determining data impact. All right. Then we move on to the third element of our framework, and that is to establish evaluation factors. So establish evaluation factors. So based on the identified attributes, which we did earlier, and the impact areas, assign weights to each of them. Then let's assume the following weight for this example. So in this case, the data attribute is 60%, and the data impact within the organization is 40%. All right, so with that said, then we move on to the fourth element, which is the data metrics. So in this case, let us look at our data metrics. So collect data metrics. So gather the relevant data metrics that can help quantify the identified attributes and impact areas. For example, revenue generated from data-driven marketing campaigns, and the value would have been established. In this case, 500,000. Cost savings achieved through data analytics, 300,000. Customer satisfaction ratings influenced by personalized data-driven experiences, 85%. Right, so this is just a method of coming up with means to actually give value to the data within your organization so that the necessary priorities can be assigned to that information as it relates to protecting this asset within your organization. So with this, then we can look at assigning the financial values. Right, so assigning financial values. So let's say, for example, in this case, so in this case, as it relates to assigning financial values, then using the established valuation factors and data metrics, calculate the financial value of your data. So in this case, the data attributes value. All right, so data attributes value, and there's a formula for calculating your data attributes value. So in this case, the formula would be, and guys, for sure, do not get confused about this. I mean, you can always replay and also be placing a link to this entire article that you can actually go through this thoroughly, line by line. This is just to bring your awareness to the various ways that you can actually determine the value of your data. Right, so data attributes value is equal to your data quality weight times the data quality metrics plus the uniqueness weight times the uniqueness metric plus relevance weight times the relevance metric plus the volume weight times the volume metric plus timeliness weight times the timeliness metrics. And all of these values would have been gathered from the previous sections of the framework that I mentioned earlier. So, for example, the data attribute value in this case would be, all right, so this is just pretty much plugging in values into your formulas. All right, guys. Then the data impact value. All right, your data impact value in this case would be, all right, so this would be your data impact value, showing your data impact value equal to revenue generation, weight times your revenue generation metric, And the list goes on. Right? So fundamental thing is that you would have understood the various variables that actually contribute to the formulas themselves. So it's a matter of understanding each variable, how it is that you acquire the value for each variable, and then plugging in each of these values into each of these variables within your formula. Then this will definitely help you to establish the value and the worth of the data within the organization. And the last thing is that you want to validate and refine. So validate your calculations and assumptions by seeking feedback from the experts and stakeholders within your organizations. Then you want to refine your weights and metrics based on their input to enhance the accuracy and relevance of your data evaluation. So guys, I definitely hope that your phone is very useful, very helpful within your organization. And for sure, look in the description. Subscribe, share with your friends. I'll place a link to the article containing the details of this presentation so that you can actually dive into the further details. So guys, stay tuned, stay connected, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm Richard Perry, your cybersecurity and GRC enthusiast.